A few weeks ago, I was talking with this guy in the gym and I showed him my progress picture with my chest from when I started lifting and all that stuff. And he instantly started to ask me a bunch of questions, kind of like anxious and frustrated about it. Like, okay, what do you do for chest? What exercises? How many sets? How many reps? How many times per week? All that stuff, right? Because he told me like, okay, I tried a lot of stuff, but I just don't see the results that I want. My chest just doesn't grow. I tried a bunch of stuff, but my chest doesn't grow. And when I started to tell him, okay, look, this is exactly what I do in like very simple things, and the exact things, exercises and all that stuff that I told him that I do for my chest to grow, I'm gonna cover those inside of this video too. But when I told him those stuff, he looked at me kind of like almost didn't believe me, you know, kind of like I was lying to him. He was agreeing with me, but didn't believe me. I noticed that he didn't believe me when I told him. Like, he kind of didn't want to believe that it's actually that simple. He probably thought that I don't want to tell him like what I'm really doing for my chest, but I was telling him the truth. So because there is so much BS out there, and it's actually not that hard, it's very straightforward, I'll explain it to you inside of this entire video. And I'm gonna try not to get very angry on the advice that it's on the internet. So let's do this. First of all, forget everything that you know. Before I tell you what you need to do, forget everything that you know about training the chest. Okay? Because there is so much BS and the info that you know is probably wrong. So forget, clear your brain, all that stuff, everything that you know and what that you've learned in the past weeks or months or days. Just forget, because I'm telling you, there's so much BS, and the advice that you get on the internet, most of advice that you get on the internet is not going to help you. So in this video, I'm going to cover the exact things that you need, and forget about what if I overtrain and all that BS. Get that stuff out of your mind. You will not overtrain, and if you overtrain, fucking give it 3 days or so and you're good to go. Like, people these days, they just don't start, but they start to make excuses. Like, they don't do the action, but they start getting and making excuses to not do the action, right? You're finding so many excuses before you even start. So forget, like I said, forget everything you know, and along this video, when you watch this video, once you get an excuse, or once you notice that your mind is trying to make an excuse to not follow some piece of advice on the internet, or that you disagree with some piece of advice, just shut your brain down, just listen and implement this advice, because you can see here the transformation that I was able to do. So the 4 best exercises, let's cover this. To be clear, you don't need more than 4. All right? There are no better exercises to grow your chest than these, the ones that I'm about to tell you. We're talking about, number 1, the flat press on a bench with dumbbells. Not with the bar, but with dumbbells. The reason for that is because with the bar, you can stop right here. You have the bar is going to limit your range of motion. With the dumbbells, you can actually go further and stretch the muscle more, get a greater range of motion, stretch the muscle more, under load, you get more hypertrophy, more muscle growth. Reason number 2, with the dumbbells, you can actually put your shoulders in a more natural position and a more safe position, right? What you can do with the dumbbells, so with the bar, you have your arms straight like this. And for beginners, it's very, very hard to do that exercise properly and in the correct way. With the dumbbells, you can actually bring your elbows to 45 degrees, safe, natural position for your shoulders, and you can go and do the exercise much safer and with actually get better results, because it's I think a superior exercise than the bench press with the bar. Number 2 exercise, incline at about 30 degrees bench press. All right, so let me mark these things for you right here. So we've got this one right here, flat bench press, and then incline at about 30 degrees. So you can imagine, okay, this is the bench. This is 90 degrees, right? 45 degrees is going to be, let's say, around in the middle. So then 30 degrees just a bit down. So I don't know if I can, fuck. So if this is 45, then you want to do something like this, right? Something like this. That's how you find. You don't have to go too high, because if you go over 30 degrees, then you're going to focus more on the shoulders. You don't want to do that. 30 degrees is fine, because on a bench with the dumbbells or the bar, whatever you want to do, because that's going to focus on the upper part of the chest, the clavicular part of the chest, right? Of the pectoralis major. That's the muscle, not the chest, but we're going to keep it simple for this video. Number 3 exercise, incline or flat, right? So you either do this one right here, or you do the flat chest press, but this time with the machine, whatever machine that you have to push, whether incline or flat, whatever you want to do, the one that you enjoy. And number 4 is going to be pec deck. So you're going to find the pec deck machine. Do not do cable flies just yet, because it's BS. At this point, if you're a complete beginner, a skinny guy, if you do cable flies for your chest, you're not going to see growth. That's not going to target your chest properly in your position right now. Why? Because you are starting as a skinny guy, and chances are, if you're a skinny guy, you probably don't weight a lot. And if you don't weight a lot, you cannot add a lot of weight. So with the cable flies, it's not going to give you a great stimulus, because you cannot use a lot of weight, because it's going to pull you back and you're not going to be able to do the exercise properly. Not a good stimulus. So just stick with the pec deck. Much safer, much greater stimulant. So let's recap. Flat bench press with the dumbbells. Incline 30 degrees bench press with dumbbells or bar, this time you choose. Next, incline or flat press machine, whatever you want, and pec deck. Now, trust me, I've never done anything else besides this, right? And my chest grew so much. These are the only high quality exercises that you need to do to grow your chest. You don't need other exercises. Please do these, train hard with these, and you're gonna see insane result and insane chest growth. A good action step for you right now is to go and search these exercises, because I want you to know exactly and visualize these exercises, and also search them with good proper form. Now, let's talk about best training structure. Now I'll give you the best way that you can structure your training in order to maximize chest growth, all right? Because some people are going to give you only the exercises and then forgot about the most important stuff. Here we cover everything else, everything that a lot of people forget to tell you. So let's talk about the training structure. You will have, let's say, 2 days of training for your chest per week. For example, Monday, right? And Thursday. Enough time to recover until you train the chest again. For each day of the training to your chest, right? You are going to pick 1 to 2 pushing exercises and 1 in which you bring the hands together like this. The one exercise that I gave you for this movement is going to be the pec deck. So it's going to look something like this. Your training is going to look something like this for your chest. On Monday, you're going to do flat press with the dumbbells plus pec deck. Next Thursday, you're going to switch the press movement. So then you're going to do incline dumbbell press. Now you focus more on the incline. Plus pec deck. Plus, let's say, flat chest press machine. So Monday you do only a press movement and the pec deck. And then Thursday, you do 2 pressing movements. One where you focus on the upper chest, and then one when you focus on the entire chest, and then pec deck when you focus again on the entire chest. Now, keep in mind, when you do incline dumbbell press, you are also going to target the entire chest, but with the more focus on the upper part. When you do flat press, simple, normal, basic flat press, you target also the upper chest as well, but with the not with the too much focus on upper chest, right? That's why we do these 2 separate things. You don't need to do incline dumbbell press, but I really think if you want to get that full look chest, you kind of want to have one movement for that with the focus on upper chest. Okay, that's simple. Now, you will say it's not enough. And what I'm going to tell you to is, yes, it is. Because you are so brainwashed about, you think that in a chest workout, you need to do fucking 5 exercises, 3, 4, 5 exercises for your chest. Bro, when I train, right now I don't train a lot because I have other things to do, but I'm gonna restart again, and I'm gonna make a video on my exact plan in order to regain all the gains that I have and to bulk more. But when I used to train a lot, right, probably something like every day, right, I would see guys training 4 exercises, 5 exercises, like doing all the chest exercises in a workout. What the fuck? Like I'm getting so fucking angry and pissed off because you think you do a lot of work, but you're not giving a good stimulus to your muscles. Your chest won't grow. You look like shit. You look like poop. You eat a lot. Like I saw a guy. He was kind of like overweight, right? Let's say he was overweight, and he was doing like all the chest exercises. He was doing the flies. He was doing the bench press with the dumbbells, and then with the bar, and then the chest press machine, and then the incline dumbbell press. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not smart. You're not smart. If you do that, you're not smart. That shows me you're not intelligent. And he was like with the headphones doing like hard work. I mean, I can respect the hard work, right? I can respect the hard work or the motivation that you have, right? But if you do that, that's not an intelligent way to go around it, right? I'm telling you right now, just stop being brainwashed. That's why I was telling you in the beginning to forget everything you know, because you think you need to do in a workout all the chest exercises in the gym. 2 exercises for the chest, 4 per workout, 2 times a week. That's enough. All you have to do from there is to train hard. Because if I tell you to do 10 exercises in a workout for your chest, 3 sets each, you're gonna hold back because you know that, okay, I have a lot of sets to do and a lot of exercises. But if I tell you to do 2 exercises, 4, 6 sets per exercise, you're gonna train till failure. You're gonna, okay, I have 2 exercises, I'm gonna train hard. That's how you make gains, right? The secret right now, you start training hard, 2 exercises, 3 at max per chest per workout, and you do multiple sets of that to failure, 4 to 6 sets. Maybe you start with 2, add week by week, you add 3, maybe you add 1 set until you get 4 to 6 sets per exercise. You're good to go. That's all you need to do. You're golden. Do each set to failure with good technique, right? Don't forget about good technique, good form. Don't break the form. Don't injure yourself, and you are golden. If you do that, you will grow your chest for sure, guaranteed. I'm telling you right now. Just follow this advice, and you will grow your chest. Follow this advice for a couple of weeks, months. You are going to grow your chest. You're going to have a much bigger chest. But you follow my advice and then come back to training like adding, I think I'm going to follow Marius' advice, but I'm going to also add these 2 extra exercises that are really, this guy said that are really, really good. Like, just follow this advice, don't listen to anyone else, and you're gonna grow your chest. Now let me walk you through the technique, right? So what is technique? Well, usually in the gym people train for 2 reasons, right? They train for hypertrophy or for strength. Therefore, we have hypertrophy technique and strength technique. Now, what is hypertrophy? Hypertrophy means that hypertrophy means that the muscle is getting bigger. Strength is basically to lift the heaviest weights, to be strong. Now, hypertrophy technique means that when we train, we want to focus on a specific muscle. Therefore, we need to make sure that when we train, we use that muscle with the goal of growing it, not just to lift the weights with all the muscles. Because when we talk about strength training or strength technique, it's about lifting heavy weights, the most amount of weights. And when we have the most amount of weights to lift, we don't care to lift those only with the biceps. The only thing that we care in strength training is to lift that weight with all the muscles. I don't care which muscles we are using, but we're going to use all the muscles. The focus is not on the muscles, it's on the weight in strength training. In hypertrophy training, the focus is on the muscle. So imagine a heavy deadlift versus controlled, good technique pull-ups. With a deadlift, you can imagine, you're not going to think, oh, I'm going to lift this heavy bar with my erector spinae or with my latissimus, all that stuff. No, you're going to just not even think about what muscles you are using. You're going to think of only bringing up that heavy weight. In pull-ups, controlled manner, pull-ups, good form, good technique. You actually think of, okay, I'm training the lats right now. Let me do a good stretch. Let me go down slower and all that stuff. And you actually start and feel the chest and all the pull-ups, the lats, right? Just imagine that. When you train for strength, imagine a heavy deadlift. You don't think about the muscle. You think about the weight because it's too heavy. When you think about hypertrophy training, think about a slow, controlled, to failure exercise. Now, best technique for the chest, because I told you, okay, we want to focus on the muscle when you train and make sure we feel the muscle, but best technique for the chest is going to be like this, a checklist. First of all, you want to have the shoulders down and then retract. So you're going to do a shoulders back, keep them there, and then elbows to 45 degrees, chest up, and then we push. That's it. If you just follow this for every single chest exercise, you are golden. You're going to be free of injuries. You're going to have a very good stimulus on your chest muscles. You're going to feel your chest and you're going to grow your chest, right? Just shoulders down, back, 45 degrees, elbows, chest up. Then you start pushing. And then you're going to really use your chest. If you do this technique right this, just like I told you, you're going to really feel your chest working. Because most people, when they train the chest, most of the time they don't feel their chest because they're pushing with their shoulders. So they're pushing with their shoulders in front. What you want to do by doing this technique is emphasizing the chest muscles. And you're actually putting them in a position where they need to be used. They need to work. So that's what we're doing with this technique. And now let's talk about the progression. So I want you to keep it simple. Every single week, you either add 1 rep to each exercise or you add 1 to 2 kilograms to each exercise. Keep in mind, when you add the reps, you keep the weights the same. When you add weights, you keep the reps the same. You do not add both in the same time. Now, when you cannot do those, you focus on the technique. Come back here, focus on the technique, make sure you improve it. That's how you do it. Now, keep doing the same thing, right? Because what I'm going to tell you right now is that it's not unrealistic for you to start implementing these tricks that I'm giving you inside of this video. Start from today or tomorrow, right? And just stay consistent for 6 months and get a much bigger chest. It's not unrealistic. I'm telling you, it's not unrealistic. And the reason why most guys do not get the results that they want is because they quit too soon. First 3 to 6 months, make sure you focus on discipline, do the hard work, close your eyes, and just do the work without seeing results. And that's okay, that's fine. You should not see results in the first three months or weeks, right? Because it takes some time for the body to adapt and to grow the muscles. Do not change things. For the first 6 months, do not change things. Do not change a thing besides progression, right? Add reps and add weights. And make sure you do not quit too soon, right? After 6 months, you're going to start to see results. People are going to start to notice some changes to your body. Then you're going to mainly drive on motivation, and then you can just enjoy the results, train hard and hard and harder. Now, one thing for progression as well. Make sure you don't add more than 2 kilograms. Because I'm telling you, you're going to have some days where you really feel good. You're well rested, you feel good, the body feels good, you're warmed up, nice, and you want to add a lot of weight because you think and you feel like, okay, I can do it. But do not add more than 2 kilograms. Small progressions, keep it simple. Because if you add a bunch of weight, you're going to focus more on strength. We want to do hypertrophy training, all right? So, if you want to gain your first 30 pounds, then check out Bulking School. It's my program. I've made it, and basically it helps guys just like you to gain muscle and gain up to 30 pounds, right? So you can see here what other guys just like you have to say about it. It's the first link below if you consider joining, because chances are I have your dream body and you want to look similar to me, and I know the things that you need to do in order to achieve this kind of physique. So I've put all the things that you need to know, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. I'll walk you by hand. This is what you need to do day by day, all the actions that you need to do in a good schedule, accountability. You get pretty much everything that you need, right? So if you join, I guarantee you will gain at least 10 pounds.